Hello, everybody, and welcome to Frankenstein's podcast, a creature feature podcast about monsters and why we love them. I'm one of your hosts, Joe Praska, and with me, as always, is...
your other host, Khalid Hussein.
What up, Khalid?
What up, Joe?
How's it going?
Ah, man, I'm groovy, dude. Like, it's a great day. I just finished up a gig, so the rest of the week is going to be just focused on writing, which is nice. The weather is great. Yeah, can't complain. How about you?
Great. You know, actually, the weather, I haven't said this for a while, but the weather kind of was great here today. Things are melting and everything's puddles everywhere, but 40 degrees, I'll take it.
I did love the melty days in Minnesota. Like, I hated the winters. That's why I left. But the melty days were really nice, actually. It was like refreshing, like comparable to a decent summer day.
Yeah. It's special, especially after the bitter, horrible, awful cold.
Yeah. I can empathize with that.
Yeah. So, Khalid, I'm excited today. This is, we have a guest today.
We do?
We do. Joining us all the way from also Minneapolis, which is fun to say, is MadelineKarita Fleming, a.k.a. Queen Kong Kai, a.k.a. Mistress Thickness, who is an actor, model, producer, even a radio personality, I found out in some research, horror junkie. Welcome to the podcast.
Hey, what's up? Thank you.
Mistress, Nice to have you.
Thank you. I'm excited to be a part of your madness.
Oh, yeah.
It gets
We're happy to have you.
Real unhinged around here, as you'll see.
Yeah, we go wild.
Hey, we're horror movie fans. Everything's unhinged for us. That's where we live.
100%.
Big facts.
So since this is your first time on the podcast, we have brand new questions for... Now, they're old questions, but they're questions for brand new guests. Mm-hmm. So I think I said them to you already, so you know what you're going to say, but are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
So since we are a monster creature feature podcast, what would you say is your favorite monster? And if it's not the same, what would you consider to be maybe the scariest for you?
Ooh, see, I have an answer for all of that, right? Like my
favorite
monster. Okay, so I have two favorite monsters and they're neck and neck, so I can't really decide. My most favorite is the Wendigo.
Ooh, that's interesting. That's a good one.
I'm a cryptid core girl. I love a good cryptid. Like, I am the person that's just like, ooh, the Mothman plushie. I might need that today. Even though I'm way, way, way too old for that, but it's cool. I live in a land where I can have plushies when I'm like 30 something,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like, my favorite of all time is the Wendigo. Overall, as a category, I'm a fan of vampires. And I think the scariest one for me was Candyman. But my favorite monster villain is Pinhead. There's so many levels to the horror madness here.
Yeah, you broke down those in some interesting categories. I like that. So good answers. So Candyman, I'll have to say this to our listeners. I actually first heard you on our buddy Joel H. Brewster's podcast, the No Stranger to Horror, and you were on the Candyman episode there. Mm-hmm. Which was a lot of fun to listen to. So if you like this, you guys definitely, I think there's a lot of overlap of our fans, but definitely check out that episode. But Candyman, we did a Candyman episode too, and really liked it. Did you have a preference between OG 1992 or the new one?
It has to be the 1992 because I was a kid then, which just made it okay. So let me tell you my Candyman story. That's why he's so frightening to me. I have an old Creole grandma, and old Black grandmas don't play. And in the middle of the movie, she goes, "I want some buttered pecan ice cream." And I'm like, I'm sitting here, I'm all of like 8. And the buttered pecan ice cream is in the basement that is surrounded by mirrors. The basement that has walls of nothing but mirrors as I'm watching Candyman. And my grandmother's like, "You better get that ice cream." And I'm like, damn, he might kill me, but she's going to kill me too. I got no options. So I'm sitting there terrified. I'm like 8 and I'm walking into this already creepy basement, and I got a family, and my family's Creole, so they see ghosts and stuff. And I'm like, damn, he's going to get me. I remember getting that ice cream, and every single second of running through that creepy ass basement with all the mirrors, I was sure he was going to step out and I would be done. And I feel like me as an adult now would just be like, screw it, I got student loans. Take me out, homie. Me as a kid,
that was missing from the new Candyman was somebody just like being like, honestly, better than paying student loans and then just getting sliced.
Like, honestly, I got bills, homie. Like, the world's getting warmer. I'm not getting richer, like
Do your worst.
we sitting out here with like a deadly disease and billionaires are flying giant dicks to space. Take me out, homie. I gotta go. Like
yeah.
be like, hey,
true.
yeah.
I would kill for a house with a mirrored basement now, honestly. Like just like the things we'll never get back,
Yeah, that's because you're a freak. But no,
yes.
You nasty.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Nasty.
Oh,
that's
man.
why.
There's no non-nasty reason to want a mirrored basement. I'll admit it.
Yeah. You can see. I think our basement was mirrored because my aunt was like Miss Ohio, and she would sing and dance, and she like was like practicing in the basement. But it was still scary. It was still terrifying. Still terrifying.
Yeah, no, that would be.
It's a setup for a horror movie. Yeah, for sure.
It is. Like, I mean,
yeah.
What is it? It's Poltergeist, like 5. When she's in the high rise and there's all these mirrors everywhere and like the creepy old dude that lives in my nightmares, like, and she's just in a mirrored room and it's just like, how did we get here? Like,
there's 5
I remember that one.
Yeah, the one
something like that.
Or
yeah,
3 because it's the one she died on. She died on the very last one.
There's definitely more poltergeist than you'd think, Khalid.
Oh well, I'm terrified. Next
question for you is what is on your geek card? Like we're all sort of geeky about something. I think I know where you're going to go with this, but what do you consider yourself most geeky about?
Horror movies. When it comes to horror, I know. Well, okay, so I have a horror lineage, right? Like I said, I'm from a family of Creole women, so their prior jobs were selling love spells and putting various things in people's spaghetti that should probably not go there. Huh. And they would sell spells and all of this to people in town. They would sell spells, tarot readings, things like that. And then, that became passé, I guess. And then my grandparents are horror fanatics and they met on Halloween and they got married on Halloween. And my parents are horror fanatics and my parents met on Halloween. And I was pretty much, when I'm thinking about, my birthday's here soon, and I was pretty much conceived around Halloween. And it's just like generations of families that are kind of like involved in this like horror aspect. Because if you're giving people love potions and spells that might kill their husband, you're definitely doing something in the realm of horror.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's been 4 or 5 generations of like just horror fanatics.
Cool.
Like, I got great grandmothers that are like, this is how you put a demon on somebody. And I'm like, cool, let's not do that.
Yeah. Good to know and have in the back pocket, I guess.
Yeah. I'm just like, hey, you know what? Oh, he cheated on you? Oh, I got something from him. Beelzebub, need you here. Right here, buddy.
Hit him up on the Nokia.
Hit him up on the Nokia. Hit him up on the Nokia, on the Ouija board. Like, Ouija board, when are you going to get an Instagram? I'm tired of using this thing. Like,
you might have like the most horror bona fides of anybody we've had on here, with the exception of, I would say, Joel might be comparable.
He's up there. Yeah.
Me and Joe actually talk a lot about just like weird horror stuff. We are equally as weird as each other, and it's been refreshing.
Yeah.
It's been refreshing to find an equal weirdo.
Nice. A kindred horror spirit.
A kindred horror spirit. Like, yeah, it's nice. You don't find that all the time.
No, it's the beauty of the internet in some regards. It sucks in a lot of ways, but the beauty is you can find kindred horror spirits.
Oh yeah, we're like spooky, but it's so weird though, because it's like that spooky aspect is something that like non-spooky weirdos try to talk to me about, and it's just like they'll be like, yeah, do you really like football? And I'm like, no, I like watching people's heads get cut off. What about you? So it's always very awkward conversations when they're trying to ask me out, and I'm like, yeah, see what I'm into, yeah, not what you're into. Well, I don't know.
Not exactly mainstream.
Yeah. Well, I met one horror fanatic and went on a date with him, and he picked something that was way too much even for me. And I was like, yeah, that's too far. Necromantic. I don't know if you've seen Necromantic.
I've heard of it.
It is.
It's too much, huh?
Well, yeah. You know what? Yeah. Well, it's interesting to watch, but it's not the movie you want to pick for a date.
Yeah, that seems like a Yeah, it seems like it's certainly a choice.
Yeah. I was like, it's a choice. I was like, I love horror, but them having sex with a dead body they pulled from a bog.
Yeah.
Good, dog. It doesn't get me there. It just doesn't get me going. That's too far.
He should have shown you Necromantic 5, is what you're saying.
Necromantic 5 is a little tame, but like nothing gets you ready. Nothing gets you ready for the end scene of Necromantic. Nothing.
Just completely unprepared for it.
You know what? I stay unprepared for it. I saw that movie. I saw that movie over like probably 15 years ago. It's super old though. And I still stay unprepared for it. The last scene of that movie lives in infamy. And I remember this dude trying to lean over and kiss me, and I'm just like, yeah, I gotta go.
Yeah, that might be a red flag. Yeah. Oof.
Yeah, it's a red flag. The last scene of that movie, everything's a red flag after you see that. Like, you just can't be like touched or talked to for at least like 4 days.
Yeah. So for listeners, I have not seen it myself, but I know like kind of the legend of it. It's like a 1987 like German exploitation film. If anyone wants to go out and track it down.
Yeah, just don't watch that shit in front of your mom or your kids. Yeah,
it might be a solo activity.
It's just, it might be a husband activity. Just be like, look at what the hell I'm showing you. Like, that was back in the days of Rotten.com though. So like, if anybody remembers Rotten.com, understand and be prepared that Necromantic is like that times 10.
I wanted to ask you about your film.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so bad because this is a word that I always struggle to pronounce just on my own. Or Ouroboros. Did I say it right?
Ouroboros.
Of course I said it wrong. Ouroboros. Thank you. Yes. Okay. It's like one I always read, never say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yes. Okay. So I looked a little bit into it. Could you tell us about the film?
Ouroboros is deliriously gory for almost no reason. It's deliciously gory for almost no reason. It has, I could just go with it. It's a short film, of course, and in it we have a female serial killer that kidnaps fuckboys from the bar, and then we proceed to get real medieval on their asses.
Ooh, it's like I'm getting Jennifer's Body vibes.
Yeah, it gives Jennifer Body, but it's a little bit more closer to The Audition.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because the scene where she like takes the spoon and pulls the dude's eye out in The Audition it's amazing. It's
great. It's a great scene. Yeah,
it's
I love it.
Chef's kiss.
Is your film out already? Can we watch it?
It is not out yet. My goal was to have it out in April. But when I started thinking about how long it's going to take to really do the marketing and distribution, I was like, you know what? I could just wait till Halloween and do it big time, because I really want to do I want to do the Halloween release, considering that like every other member of my family has done something big on Halloween, and it ain't looking like I'm getting married anytime soon. So I might as well make a horror movie.
That's a good idea.
Might as well premiere a horror movie. Right now, the biggest struggle that we're kind of having is I got Moby to do the soundtrack. I don't know if anybody remembers Moby, but
dope.
Yeah, Moby, Gwen Stefani, Moby, the fight with Eminem, Moby. Moby agreed to do the soundtrack. So it's going to be very dark and atmospheric. I'm still excited that like a Grammy Award winning artist like Moby is just like, yeah, girl, I got you.
No, that's huge. That's a really cool thing to say.
Congrats.
Yeah. Right now, the issue that we've been running in is the special effects. I really wanted to go practical, in-house, man in suit.
Yeah.
And everybody was just like, no, we should use a green screen. Oh. And then we went green screen, and it just did not turn out the way it needed to be. So we're fixing a few odds and ends, but the soundtrack is together. Everything is in sequence. Right now, we're just trying to figure out how can we make the monster scarier. So it gives me a little bit of time. I was trying to hurry up and do it in April, and now I'm good. So we're going to try. I'm going to shoot for a October release. I was supposed to release it last October, but my editor got married instead. So there was no more editing that was going to happen on that.
Oof, yeah.
I was like, oh, but you got to, and it took me a while to find a new editor, because I was just like, but you're working on my film. You can't get married. Like, what can you say to that? She was just like, oh, I'm about to get married. I got to work on my wedding. And I was like, okay.
Well, when the film does come out, we will share it on all of our social pages and everything, and maybe we should have back on and talk about it too. That'd be fun.
Oh yeah, I'm really ready to see my film. I'm ready to get it out. Considering that I just started a second film, but It'll be awesome. I'll be able to have two film premieres in 1 year. So I'm excited.
Do you plan to like premiere it like in a theater somewhere around the Twin Cities, or do you like release it online? What's your plan for that?
One of my jobs is that I do film distribution in other countries. So I do like pay-per-view in London, and places like India are just now getting cable. So they now have access to pay-per-view.
Okay.
So I was going to go the pay-per-view route because, I saw a lot of great movies on pay-per-view back in the day, like Reanimator.
Classic.
Troll, like, all the good stuff. I was going to do that and maybe do one premiere around the Twin Cities, but I'm moving to Vegas in about 2 months.
Really?
Yeah, I'm moving to Vegas. So if it premieres here, I don't know if I'm going to be here to premiere it.
Oh no!
But there will be online access.
Exciting.
I'm going to do private online access because this movie was really just to be like just to prove I could make a movie. Because I was helping somebody else make their horror movie, and it just kind of all went awry. And I kept telling myself, I know I can do this. I know I can do this. And what happened is I just needed to change out the team, and then it got done. So
okay.
Yeah, it was pure spite at a certain point to get this film done. I was just like, oh, you said I couldn't do it? Well, now it's done. What are you going to do?
Well, congratulations for how far it's come.
Oh, yeah, I'm super excited. I can't wait to see this premiere. I finally found an editor. We're finally getting it together. I got the posters, all of that squared away. Now we're just like, how scary can we make this thing before people vomit? And that's because we had different cuts. We saw a rough cut, all of that, and I was just like, yeah, see, it doesn't make me want to throw up, and I really need that in my film.
For sure, I get that. It's a high bar for some people.
Yeah, it's a fine line. I was like, it's not gory enough if it doesn't make you put down your sandwich, which is what it is.
You can't eat and watch this movie.
You can't eat and watch this movie. That's what I want. I want people to be like, damn, that was disgusting. I love it.
I always eat an egg salad sandwich during a movie, and if I can make it through the sandwich, that movie sucked.
Yeah, egg salad sandwich?
Yeah, specifically egg salad. Really, if it's gross, it's really gross. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And not just horror, rom-coms, all of it. I should not be able to finish my sandwich.
I don't know if you said this already. Are you actually, so in your movie, are you starring in it too, or just directing and making it?
Yeah. Well, I didn't direct it. It was directed by a producer. Well, no, it was directed by a director named Brandon Cole, and he runs a company called DeathCom.
Okay.
So he was the person, him and his partner, Victoria. She's the one getting married, so she was my editor. And I'm like, damn, he shot my film, and now y'all getting married. I can't really ask you not to get married to the director. At least I can't really ask you to postpone that. But yeah, it was directed by Brandon Cole of DeathCon Studios, out of Duluth. And other than that, I produced it, put my money where my mouth is, and I had ran some tests on how people would respond to different villains, because at the end of the day, I also do marketing and all that other stuff on my other businesses. And at the end of the day, I'm a person that looks at analytics. And I ran questions, and I was just like, hey, if you were going to watch a movie about this, that, and the other, what would you want your serial killer to look like? Mm-hmm. And a lot of people voted. They wanted to watch women kill these men. They wanted to watch a woman kill these men. Huh. And I was just like, I would love to be a villain. Let me get on that. Let me do it. Because it was something I wanted to do. And in the end of it, I kind of made a decision where I was just like, well, I actually am an actor. I actually do this for real. Because at the time, I think I had just did just a little thing on Power, like the Power book, Power 2. And I was just like, let me just do this. Let me actually hop on this. So it worked out really well.
Well, cool. It's no small feat making a film, short film or not. It takes a lot of you're the only one motivating yourself for a lot of it. So it's kudos to you. I know how hard it can be.
Oh yeah. And it's not just yourself. It's you also have to figure out a way to motivate your team, and people get when it comes to film, we're all very passionate about this. So we all of our feelings are a lot of the time involved. So it can become, you can lose friends over a film. I've lost friends over movies.
Honestly, same. Yeah.
Yeah. But I get movie, but my movie's gonna get done. I was just like, that's too bad. I still need to release this film. Uh, like I'm sorry, you can't handle. Okay, cool. I'm gonna have to hire somebody else. Thank you for your time, though. But you can come to a movie. Working on a film set is for me just magical. I've been wanting to do this since I was 6 years old. I've dedicated most of my life. I quit medical school to pursue film and acting. So,
wow.
Yeah, my parents not exactly happy about that, but at the same time, like it was a struggle. But I would rather have struggled doing that than anything else.
Respectable.
It's not a struggle when you love it. It's an investment. And you can lose a lot of friends. I lost some really important friends over the Ouroboros film and a film we were working on prior. But at the same time, them's the breaks. Gotta make my movie. I know it sounds so callous, but at the end of the day, like I was I want to make the movie.
Can't let anything stop you. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, a lot of people get cold feet though when it comes time to like actually kind of, jump into it. And I'm a person that always goes ham. I'm just like, we're doing it now. Can I get more blood here? Yeah, I need like 7 bags of blood right now. Like, it was a great experience though, even with the ups and downs that happened during it.
Well, we're excited to see it.
Me too.
Well, thank you for sharing all that. I'm excited. It's kind of fun to just geek out about horror in general, but we also all watched a movie for this podcast episode to dig into Frankenstein's podcast style. Khalid, would you want to let the listeners know what we're talking about?
I would love to, Joe. I've got a little synopsis from our homeboy Google. And it goes a little something like this. What up, Google? Today we are talking about the 1995 film directed by Ernest R. Dickerson, Tales from the Crypt, Demon Night. Tales from the Crypt, Demon Night.
Good correction.
Yeah. So synopsis goes a little something like this. Ex-soldier Frank Breaker is the guardian of an ancient key that can unlock tremendous evil. The sinister but charming collector is a demon who wants the key so he can initiate the apocalypse. On the run from wicked mercenaries for almost 90 years, Breaker finally stops in at a boarding house in New Mexico where, with the help of its quirky residents, he plans to face off against the collector and his band of ghouls, preventing them from ever seizing the key. Sorry, quirky residents threw me. That's it. I'm done.
What a monster.
They're creatures of the abstract that live off potential energy.
It's alive!
That was great. You make it sound like a comedy almost.
Exactly.
It kind of is comedic. Like it's like the quirky residents. It is a comedy too. Yeah, you're right.
They are quirky.
Yeah.
And I mean, they did Bordello of Blood at the same time, and Demon Night just happened to be the film that I thought was just. I mean, okay, Billy Zane kicked me off into puberty, so that's the film that like. I have real feelings about Demon Night. I have seen Demon Night probably 250 times.
Is that a side effect of Billy Zane?
I think this is your first time watching it, right?
Yeah, it is. It is I don't know if you remember, but I was texting you while I watched it at first, and I misunderstood what Tales from the Crypt was because unlike you guys, I wasn't like attracted to horror as a kid. And so like the Crypt Keeper scared the shit out of me growing up. And so like anytime he came on, I would just immediately change the channel and watch something else. It was just like a little too scary. But I also just thought that Tales from the Crypt was for kids because I could not understand a show for adults where like the host is like a talking skeleton. Yeah. So imagine my surprise when like 2 minutes into this, like you're just like seeing a completely naked woman in a bathtub, and it's like it's very adult subject matter. This was kind of a shock to the system.
Yeah, that you go from like skeleton puppet to like titties.
That's such whiplash. I'm sorry. Like it just is. I can't think of a modern day equivalent of that, like obviously there's like as adults we watch The Mandalorian and stuff, but those are still ostensibly for kids. Like I can't think of anything that's like that cartoonish but for adults.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's got to be something, but yeah, that's a good point.
No, it was pretty epic. Like
Yeah.
it existed in its own little lane. And like for me, I didn't realize it wasn't for kids because my parents are horror fanatics. So they'll sit you down and be like, let's watch Night of the Living Dead. Right. My parents would just be like, oh damn. Yeah, I don't want to watch Sesame Street. Let's watch Black Christmas. Yeah, that's what we're gonna watch.
Yeah, honestly, same. Like, I mean, I grew up watching. Like, I assumed now that it wasn't for kids. I kind of knew that in my head, but I grew up watching this show a lot. Like, it was on. Like, my mom and I would watch it together. I thought the Crypt Keeper was funny.
Yep.
The shows were kind of scary, but they were so pulpy that I liked them, but they weren't like. I don't think I ever got nightmares from Tales from the Crypt per se. No, but like, they're super pulpy because they're based on. Most of us know it's based on a comic book series from the 50s.
Yeah.
And actually, fun fact about this movie, the films, so this one and the couple other films they made were not actually based on any of the comic stories. This was an original script that they decided to put the Tales from the Crypt like branding around and put the Crypt Keeper in. So it was actually a script from 1987 that the writers were trying to shop around for like years until it finally caught in 95.
Nice. I'm proud of them.
I know. I'm glad.
It was a good story. I don't know that it needed the Crypt Keeper or any of that. Like, it didn't hurt it, but I think I probably would have looked at it from a different lens because, like, it's basically, for me at least, like a cross between the Bruce Campbell movie,
Evil Dead.
Evil Dead. Yeah, it's like Evil Dead meets Dusk Till Dawn. And
actually, that's a great way to describe it.
Both amazing classic films.
For sure.
Exactly. So like if you're elevator pitching this thing, like that's to me like holds up on its own without just being like, and I guess it could use a skeleton puppet that makes
aspect. Don't forget the Jesus aspect. So it's a little bit like has that in there too. Like there's a whole religious aspect.
No, when I realized they were going that direction, it was it took a little bit of adjusting when I was like, oh, this is just the crucifixion. That's going there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was kind of jarring. Yeah, when you first see like the flashback to like literal Jesus, I was like, what?
I thought for a second William Sadler was going to be Jesus.
I did too.
That's awesome. But you know what? Even I can say that there's a film that I'm working on that I'm writing that like I can say that particular scene of the crucifixion still kind of lives in my head, and it also lives in like some of my scripts. Like that movie, like there's a lot of elements in it that I realize kind of like find their way into the things that I'm working on. I love that movie. Like Billy Zane, Jada freaking Pinkett.
Oh my God. Yeah. Mm-hmm. In her Set It Off era. Give it up to her. The hair was amazing, by the way. The like platinum blonde that she had going.
Oh yeah, like she was just amazing. Like I like how like she was just a criminal, and she didn't necessarily have, you didn't really think that she was going to play as vital of a role as she ended up playing, just because it's a huge ensemble cast, and there were a lot, like what's her name, TJ? I can't remember her name, TJ something.
Oh, are you talking about CCH Pounder?
Yeah, CCH Pounder.
From The Shield? Yeah, respect to the queen.
There were some heavy hitters in that room. And you never really see like Jada Pinkett coming until all of a sudden you're just like, what? Word?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a real blinker. You miss it. Like all of a sudden she's just in it.
All of a sudden she's the move. She's the moment.
Yeah, and then the movie quickly and wisely starts shaping itself around her, which I had no problem with.
Oh, I had no problem finding out Jada Pinkett was really one of the reincarnations of Christ.
Yeah, is that what that is? It's like they're like reincarnations of each other, so that's Jesus.
Yeah, she's supposed to be Jesus. Whenever you drink the blood of Jesus, whenever you drink the blood of Jesus in that frame, in that world, then you now become like a vessel of God. So
what a forward-thinking movie. We got a black woman Jesus before we got a black woman president.
Oh yeah.
That's progress, guys. In
that
its
is
own
progress.
way.
I'm proud of that. Yeah, like you'll get well, you know what? That's that actually is one of the scripts that I'm working on right now.
A black woman president?
A black woman Jesus.
Oh, okay. Yeah, even better.
Yeah, it's called Children of the First God, and most of it takes place inside of a mental hospital.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
It bridges, it's horror, it's fantasy, it's drama. It costs a lot more money than I can put into it. So I'm going to make some more horror movies until then.
Got to work your way up.
Gotta work your way up because I'm producing these out of pocket at this moment in time.
I think that's the kind of spirit that Jada in this movie would respect, that do it yourself kind of hustle.
Oh yeah, I love it. That movie yeah. You're talking about a movie that's like kind of like enveloped in a part of me. I love Demon Knight just for like the religious aspects take you totally off center because it could have just been another like Night of the Living Dead. There's these things. Don't let them get in the house. But then there takes the psychological aspect tone of, the aspect part of desire, seduction, temptation,
Oh yeah, it's not just it's
criminals.
not yeah, it really is just not like monsters bashing in and killing the whole time. Like there is like that psychological component that makes it way more compelling.
Yeah, they threw a lot in there. I could see why that would be pretty hard to shop because it's just like, okay, so let's bear with us. There's some demons. There's this hot guy that's also a bounty hunter, but he's a demon. And then there's some titties, y'all. Some titties. And then there's these like demons that only like if they can't kill you, they're gonna take your soul to hell and make you a demon. And then there's some like cannibalism, y'all. And then there's amputations. There's a lot like, and then there's a psychological aspect. I wonder how that pitch meeting went.
I think exactly like that. I think you got it down verbatim.
Oh yeah. Because when you read the script, I don't know if you read the script and could be like, wow, that makes sense. Like it's just, I don't think that I could read that and be like, what? But visually, it became like to me what would be a classic. Like I remember him in that before I remember him in Titanic.
Oh yeah, no, this
Billy
is
Zane, yeah.
this is prime Billy Zane years. Like honestly, him and Jada just like arguably at their hottest, like this like window of time, and to get them both in a movie like this is a get.
Yeah, because you know what? I remember Billy Zane's hottest was The Phantom. I swear.
Great choice.
Yeah, I swear that skin tight purple Superman suit, I swear, it ruined my whole, like, it ruined my innocence.
Right. Early onset puberty. It's one of the side effects of Billy Zane. That's what you were saying earlier.
Billy Zane is one of the effects of early onset puberty to just be like, wow, that he's pretty, what?
This is where we on Frankenstein's podcast give the disclaimer to ask your doctor if Billy Zane is right for you. We are not medical professionals. This just disclaimer. There's a lot of liability here.
Yeah, I want that on a t-shirt. I want, what? I feel like I want to send that specific clip to Billy Zane. I feel like he'd be a person to kick out of it.
I think he'd be charmed, yeah.
Yeah, and he'd be more accessible than Jada. Jada would just be like, "What? No, I'm good."
I'm trying to teach my kids astrophysics. What are you doing sending me this? Joe, so wait, were you saying this is the first time you've seen this?
No, it is not. It's the first time I've seen it in a while, though. I'd seen it when I was a kid, like probably around when it first came out. But no, I did not remember much about it other than I remember it's Billy Zane because of course he sticks out, but didn't remember much else. But it was fun to revisit. I think I feel similar feelings to you both, I would say.
Oh yeah. Like it's just a fun romp in comedy, horror, gore, and there's very few movies, I think, as a horror fanatic like that, where we can go, you know what, this is part goofy, part funny, absurdist. There's a little couple scenes where there's this couple scenes where your heart skips a beat because it's not pulpy. Like it's not, a lot of the jokes come off as pulpy. But it's not, once they get to Jesus and electrocuting people's nipples, you're just like, this is far from where we were.
Yo, Thomas Hayden Church, man.
Yeah. Yes,
Roach. Give it up to Roach.
Roach.
Oh my God, that nipple tasting scene and like, oh God, this is such a weird movie. I feel like a young Michael Shannon would take a role like Roach, Like if you're thinking of like actors,
I could see that.
Actors like closer to today, I could see Michael Shannon as a Roach. Okay, so my question for you guys is, outside of obviously Jada and Billy Zane, who was your favorite character and why is it Willie?
And why is it Willie?
Why is it Willie?
I can tell you why it's Willie for me.
I do love Dick Miller. He's a that guy.
Okay, yeah. So that guy's awesome. Basically, the reason he's my favorite is because everybody else is like temptation. It's like super like epic and like it's like life or death and like
like emotionally deep too.
It's like there's like emotional
Yeah.
resonance to it all, and then you get to him and it's just a Budweiser commercial, like one of those old ones from the 90s where it's like and twins, like one of those. It was so funny, and I was just like, all right, Willie, do you, dude? Like you're a man of simple pleasures. I respect that.
Yeah, he just wants some titties and beer. That's all the man wants.
But like in the midst of a demonic siege, he wants that. That's what's so funny to me.
Well, I mean, it's just their desires and their fantasies, I like the scene where the comic book comes to life. That's one of my favorite scenes.
Oh, that was great. Like the end there, where it's like splicing between the comic book and the live action part.
Yeah, I was confused by
the directing there. I thought the directing was so cool in that. Watching that, like I was a fan of that hard.
I was confused by that. I might have missed when they introduced the comic book because all of a sudden I just saw like panels that were exactly what we were seeing.
The kid was reading the comic book for like a couple scenes.
Okay. I also missed when they introduced the kid. So when Jada's like in the catacombs or whatever and bumps into him, I was like, what's a kid doing at this like bordello? What is this place?
Oh, the kid was in the beginning. It was a
kind
of ratted on. Yeah.
Bordello of Blood is the other one with Dennis Miller.
But this is also a bordello, right? Like the girl that Thomas Hayden Church is with?
No, she's just a regular hoe that they live in a rooming house.
It's just like a safe house.
Yeah, it's a rooming little for criminals or people who have gotten DUIs or Jada Pinkett was a thief, like she shoplifted.
Kind of like an under the table, like halfway house sort of thing.
Yeah, it was like a halfway house.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, the one chick just happened to be a hoe.
Got it. But so like you can accept clients and stuff there then.
I mean,
I think she's just okay with it. Like it's not like official, like she's not getting a license or anything. I think she's like, just do your thing here.
Yeah, like she was
but keep it safe.
Yeah, like the owner was an alcoholic, and she was letting people. And Jada Pinkett was in a work program where she had to clean up these halfway houses because she was a shoplifter. Mm-hmm. So they're halfway houses. It's like it was like a little halfway house because I think Willie's issue was also alcoholism.
It's got to be.
So is Bordello of Blood a direct sequel to this, or how does that work if they filmed it at the same time?
It's a Tales from the Crypt sequel in the sense that it has nothing to do with this, but it's like the Crypt Keeper introduces it and closes it. And there's another one from like 2002 that the Crypt Keeper opens and closes. Just a couple of movies, there's feature length Tales from the Crypt episodes.
Yeah, okay. The Bordello of Blood was just them relaunching. They were trying to get back to like their fame during the like 70s and early 80s because that's when they hit. Like the monster in the box in the late 70s one, Under the Stairs, or the guy who gets consumed by roaches. Those were epic. Those were epic moments in horror. And I think that they were just trying to find a new footing in a new place and then, find new ground. Because people were loving, and because the Crypt Keeper was having his heyday at the time. And they were like, let's ride this baby on out. We haven't made movies since the 70s,
Yeah.
This really was just Goosebumps for grown-ups.
Yeah.
Grown bumps.
It is. Grown bumps.
Yeah,
grown bumps.
That sounds kind of gross.
It sounds super gross.
I still have a Goosebump t-shirt though. So like I still rock the Goosebump t-shirt. I'm going to rock that tonight in the gym.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm rocking my Goosebumps. It's the Tale of the Barking Dog. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
The Tale of the Barking Ghost.
I wish Goosebumps had like that font was like available on Microsoft Word, the Goosebumps font.
You can still get the Goosebumps font, but you got to go down to like Font Space or Font City or something.
You have to like buy it.
Take it down to Font City.
Yeah, that font is available somewhere. Somebody has made that font for free.
I have like a couple scenes that I feel like stood out to me in this movie that I really wanted to shout out. My first scene that I loved was when Billy Zane punches through the man's face.
Yes.
Heads up.
That was just phenomenal every way.
He said heads up.
Yeah.
He did a Predator.
And it's almost like he also had trouble getting the head off his hand for a while, which was really funny to me.
That to me was that was a narratively satisfying like hitch.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Where it's like it gives William Sadler's character enough time to get out of the cuffs, and you're just like, yeah, that's plausible. Like you didn't know that your fist would get stuck going through his head, but that's a thing that could happen. I respected that. In universe, it made perfect sense.
Exactly.
Yeah. I like it when the food flies out of CC Pounder's mouth.
Was that food? I thought she puked.
I mean, you usually puke food. I don't know what else she'd be puking.
Okay,
I mean, she's puking on food, yeah.
Okay, so it was puke. Okay, because I was like, yeah, I'm glad they included that because that is a good reaction to that.
Yeah, I love, So that is an epic scene when the head gets stuck on his hand. It just makes it goes slapstick so quickly.
Yeah, that's the Evil Dead element, like you're saying, Khalid. That's fun.
Yeah.
I also love CCH Pounder, her character Irene, like she gets her arm ripped off, which was intense. Mm-hmm. But then like later on, I love that they're like, "Hey, are you okay? Like you just got your arm like torn off," and she's like, "Nah, vodka's kicking in. I'm good." Right? Like she's just fine. I'm fine.
I like the
CCH.
I like the use of the arm, but I liked it when when he comes up out of the floor and he like hands it to her.
Her temptation. I'll give you your arm back, and she's like, "Nah."
Yeah, but he put it on like a platter, like she's supposed to eat it weird. Or something.
Yeah, I like how she's just like, he's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm giving you." She's like, "I'm giving you the finger," and
I was like, "You got another hand, CCH. Like you could actually give him the finger."
Vodka,
but the stump made it better. Like it was use of they wanted to use that stump. They needed that stump to be seen. Like the special effects artist was just like, I'm making this stump.
And Phantom limb syndrome. Yeah.
Yeah. Love it. Stump is going to get seen. I made this stump.
Yeah. That was so much fun. And my other scene I wanted to point out, it's really the climax at the end when it's like Jada versus Billy Zane, like that whole sequence at the end where he like dances with her. Mm-hmm. And then when he like, it's almost like he premature ejaculates demon lightning. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. Oh my God. I forgot about that. Oh my God.
That is a fantastic scene.
Yeah. She just looks at him and he's just like,
he's like, well, I'm so sorry.
This almost never happens. I'm so embarrassed.
It was so great.
Yeah. Like now as an adult, I'm like, what did I just watch? Was that consensual?
I did not know what that was supposed to be, but the premature demon ejaculate seems like the most logical explanation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it was something.
Oh my God.
When I was a kid, I didn't really understand. I was just like, haha. And now as an adult, I'm just like, haha. Like it's still funny. I just now know what they're referring to.
It's quite funny.
I would just love to be on set when like the director explains to Billy like what it'll look like in post. Yeah.
Like here's what you got to do with your hips.
Yeah. Just trust me. It'll make so much sense when you get home. And then he watches and he's like, this makes no sense. That was no help at all.
I'm sure that's exactly what he sounds like too right now. He might be rewatching it.
I love the graphics on this where it's like that sweet spot in the 90s when like they were still trying to figure out CGI like this. So it just looks like a kid made it on his computer a lot of times. Some of the effects were just so funny. I also love the weird rule that you have to destroy the demon's eyeballs. That's
the window to the soul.
Sure, why not?
Let's play with it. Let's go with it. Like, that film was definitely part of the sweet spot. And I think it was better than American Werewolf in Paris that came out like maybe 2 years earlier, I think.
That one's really rough with digital effects.
Oh man, the worst werewolf in history.
Yeah, it's rough.
The soundtrack, however, because I was a kid, I was just like, Bush.
I loved that movie as a kid. It's hard to watch now, but I loved American Werewolf in Paris back then.
I was a London kid. Like I was always the London kid.
I mean, I obviously preferred London, but I was like really I had them both on VHS back then. I watched them both quite a bit.
Yeah, me too. I had the cable, so there was a lot of Cinemax. There was lots of HBO. I still had that DVD. I mean, best werewolf movie, Dog Soldiers, but worst werewolf movie, Paris. But it was great. I had never got to really see a female werewolf before.
Mm-hmm. It's bad,
representation
but great.
Matters.
It does. It does, especially in horror films, because like as a woman in horror, there's a lot of crap to deal with. Like it's a lot of crap to deal with.
You probably didn't even know you could be a werewolf before you saw that.
No, I did not. I was aware because in the prior werewolf movies, women were always the like either victims or love interest. No. You know what? I did know I could be a werewolf because I watched Howling 1 through 16.
1 through 16.
Before
I will never watch 16 of anything unless it starts with Fast and Furious.
Let's speaking of werewolves, let's actually monster it up. So the next kind of part of our podcast, I kind of like we dig into the monsters in question that are featured in the film, or the whatever property we're talking about. And I don't have a whole lot on this one. There's not a whole lot, but I did find a couple pretty cool articles about the VFX process for this. But one of the things that really stuck out to me is that originally the studio did not want to let the director move forward with having actual demons in this movie. They wanted them to be like people in suits who would like put their sunglasses down and just have glowing eyes, and that would be what the demons would look like.
Lame.
They called them like Blues Brothers in the script, because like so they had Todd Masters, who's like a VFX kind of famous VFX
Legend.
like mastermind.
Legend.
Yeah. And he came on and he was like, we got to move past this like Blues Brothers things. This is ridiculous and dumb. So they end up moving forward with actually having real demons. And he was able to kind of, him and the director were pro visual effects. So instead of like having the demons be CGI, which would have been American Werewolf in Paris, we got like mostly really great, goopy, awesome practical effects with just a little bit of goofy digital after imaging in it too. But I think that ultimately what we got, I think you guys would agree that the monsters are very cool in this.
Oh yeah, they're super beautiful. Like, I mean, beautiful in the way in which like a horror fanatic found it.
For sure.
Super beautiful. Like, there's a layer of slime to them. And I like the scene where Billy Zane kisses one on the head and he's just like, oh, he's like, oh, you taste horrible.
Yeah, it's like right after they come up from under the ground too, like it's like goopiness, and they just kind of slowly rise out.
Yeah, and
that was a cool sequence.
Yeah, and it's just terrifying. It's actually one of those scenes that I was just like, that is terrifying. It like he throws his blood everywhere, and then these things start rising up. There's a couple other movies that kind of have that, like, rising up from the like goop abyss thing going on, and it's just a beautiful monster. I love the way that their heads are kind of like horrific and big, but then these bodies are skinny and skeletal. The long claws, like it's a thing of beauty. Like it's a well-made monster. It has the right consistency when you see it. I want it to be a little slimy. I don't need it to be dry.
Yeah, I liked it. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Chud in that way. Yeah. If you've ever seen Chud.
I have seen Chud. I have seen Chud, and I have worked with Full Moon Features. I have worked with.
Oh yeah,
and I'm going to work with Full Moon again. I did a movie with them called Fleming Cosmic Crush.
Oh, I love Full Moon. That's awesome. Yeah. I got to check that out.
Yeah, like I'm going to meet up with them when I move to Vegas, and hopefully we have a very long conversation about making movies.
We have been discussing. Report back to us on that. I want to hear what they say.
Oh yeah, like they're amazing. They're trying to start a new generation of films. They're still making their money because horny 14-year-old boys, we haven't ran out of any.
Yeah.
The USA Network money, the Puppet Master money, it's still going. Like there's still things coming out of Full Moon Features like Evil Bong, Hansel and Gretel. Like there's still things being made out of there, and it's still epic. There's still going to be Puppet Master 15 on the moon or something is eventually going to happen.
Bringing in the money so they can do some more creative stuff on the side, maybe.
Yeah, but hell, they actually made Fleming here in Minneapolis.
Really?
Yeah. If you want to interview the director, like if you want to interview Full Moon, I will connect you to them. They would love to do this podcast. They would love to talk about horror movies.
You just made Joe's day.
I am so excited. Khalid, when I think I raved to you about this via text, that there was this Western alien movie called Oblivion, where there was like aliens in the Old West, but it was like a faraway planet in the future. And I was talking about how cheesy it was, and George Takei was in it. That's Full Moon Pictures. They made that.
Yeah, I don't know how I could forget about that, but I want to see that now. That sounds awesome.
Yeah. It's great.
Anyway, we got off track with Demon Knight, but I'll introduce
That's
you.
All right.
I'll connect you to Full Moon Features.
I am incredibly excited about this.
They love doing stuff like this. They adore doing stuff like this. They were going to do my podcast, and then I got all caught up and all this other stuff, but they're down. They would love to talk about their new film. They would love to talk about Cosmic Crush. Cosmic Crush kind of gives you it's still the sexy vibes that come with Full Moon Features, but it kind of also gives you the Psycho Gorman vibes. I don't know if you guys have checked out Psycho Gorman.
We definitely have.
Definitely checked out Psycho Gorman.
Yeah, we have an episode about it.
Oh wow, yeah. One of my when somebody introduced me to it, and the person who introduced me to it has excellent taste in horror.
Sounds like it.
Oh, they do. I can't fuck with them anymore, but they got excellent taste in hair. I'm very honest about all of my dealings. But yeah, and they showed it to me. And I didn't know what to make of it. Like at first I was like stunned. And then I remember, and I just watched it and I was like, I love this. I love it. It was unexpected.
It just comes out the gate knowing what it is. It's such a confident movie. I love it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's so much fun.
Do you like Husky Boys? Maybe I like Hunky Boys. I saw they had Valentine's Day cards and I was just like, wow, I love these. I want the t-shirt. I just wasn't seeing, you know what? You don't really see it coming. Like it just comes out of nowhere and you're like, this is so epically great. And it feels almost, you get the man in the suit, not so much the CGI. There is CGI involved, but the man in the suit is hard to replace. Like, I think that we do a phenomenal job at CGI, but there's always going to be something quaint, especially in the world of horror, not quaint, but something wonderful about a man in a suit.
Well, I think it's that it's underappreciated that like, there's a degree of acting to it that like performance to it that should be just as appreciated as like a great and reliable voice actor or just a standard actor on screen. There's, if anything, it's even harder when you think about people like Doug Jones who like make you forget that you're looking at a fake thing.
Oh yeah. Like him and Pan's Labyrinth. You're just like, there is no Doug Jones in there. There's just there's just the creature with the eyes, or the, or I watched him in, what is it? I have this on my wall. I don't know how I don't remember it.
Shape of Water.
Shape of Water.
The Shape of Water. Sorry. My brain was just like, I know there's water involved. Yeah. The Shape of Water. I have that poster on my wall and you just forget all about that. There's a man in that suit. I mean, but even in like movies like Swamp Thing, you don't always remember there's a man in the suit in Swamp Thing. There's some movies that like you just forget like that there's a man in the suit, and there's something beautiful about that because like it's not a computer program, it's not something that somebody typed in letters and you're watching it kind of try to resonate with you. It just resonates because there's something human and something also not human about it. Not the uncanny valley, but something just like it resonates with you because you can still see this like kind of human part inside of the man, inside of these suits. And that's what makes it more frightening. It reminds us of the only monsters that really truly exist.
Telemarketers?
Yeah, humans.
Humans and telemarketers, the only real monsters.
Fun tangent, but we actually connects really well to the one other thing I had about Demon Knight. So the demons were people in suits too. They actually, the cool thing in the interview I read with Tom Masters, he said all of the VFX team, he's like, oh, my whole team was like these skinny guys. So what we did is we had the skinny guys on the team pose. And then they used the designing software to like draw demon heads and hands on those guys. And then like hooves and stuff. And they actually wore leg extensions. And actually some of the VFX people wore the suits in the film, actually in the final product too.
What a backhanded compliment. You're demonically skinny. Get over here.
Exactly, right?
Skinny.
I mean, I guess if you're one of those VFX guys, maybe that's a compliment. It's like, yeah, I want to be in the movie. Right? I'll take it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's just fun trivia for life.
Yeah. Agreed.
But I mean, Todd Masters also did Star Trek First Contact. So I think
he did.
I think he was definitely like kind of more familiar with an alien-esque, the big head, the skinny body. I think he was definitely familiar with the kind of alien-esque like creatures from like, coming off of Star Trek First Contact.
Yeah, he's got like a sci-fi angle that he could bring to it, which I loved about this movie too, because sometimes in a movie like this, like you'll have like your demons will be just sort of like almost more just zombie looking people, but they like went all out to be like, these are weird, otherworldly, monstery things.
Yeah. And at the same time, they were, and each of them kind of had their own personality. Each monster was slightly different than the other one.
Yeah, they had different characteristics. Like some had long hair, like one had no hair, I think. And it was fun to see like those little touches.
It was amazing to see those little touches. Like some had hair, one had one eye, one had different kind of claws. But yeah, like Masterson worked a lot. So he has his signatures when it comes to creating these creatures. And I think Demon Knight is just one of the best ones that he's, like I remember the werewolves in Howling 5, but I think Demon Knight kind of takes the cake when it comes to creation. You know, because there's the one where the little boy turns into a demon and his jaw pops open. And
Oh yeah, that was great.
That kid was like the grossest one.
It was awesome. Like his neck pops open, like his mouth pops open into his neck, and then like, you know,
that was kind of sad. You rarely see like the kid turn into a demon in these movies, or at least the movies I've seen. So like, I was like, oh, that kid's got to die now.
Yeah, but
they went there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
respect. You know,
it was one of the very first movies that really did kind of like go there. Like, I mean, there's other movies that killed kids too, right?
Yeah. There's a lot of movies where the kid.
There's plenty.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's still some times where it's just still shocking. Like, you know, when those kids got killed in The Walking Dead, there's still going to be scenes where like they get killed, and you're like, wow. And as for Demon Knight, it was worth it to see that monster. It was worth it to see the monster with the neck that opens and the row of teeth. Because when he opens his mouth in the row of teeth, it's all like it's what Predator's mouth looks like. And then the long tongue gives off like that. What is it? When Freddy turns into a snake, or Freddy also has the long tongue in the first Nightmare on Elm Street because the tongue comes through the phone.
Yeah, that's right. The tongue phone. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember the tongue phone.
That's a great moment.
And you know what? I remember being so little. I was so little watching that I would not pick up the phone. Because I was so small.
I mean, I think that's a fair reaction. Yeah. I don't want a tongue touching my ear.
Yeah, but I was so small. Like I had probably just learned object permanence.
I have a thing. I have a thing about ears in general. Like I hate when little kids will come up to you because they got like a secret to tell you, but it's usually just like something dumb, like I got shoes. Like, but like they get like super into your ear, and I hate that. Like I don't like it when anybody whispers in my ear.
Well,
you know, like the hot breath going into your ear holes.
Yeah, it's just too many sensitive nerves there. I can't do it.
Yeah. Hey, I feel it.
Yeah.
You know what, Khalid?
Oh, God. Yeah, what?
Speaking of sensitive ears, I know that I've read that bears tend to have sensitive ears, Khalid.
Where did you read it? Cite your sources.
I didn't. But anyway, this is a segue to the 4 bears test.
Okay. Is that what this is? Okay. So this Kai, if you haven't heard the podcast before, and for anybody who's listening for the first time, the 4 bears test is kind of what it sounds like. Basically, I take the monster in question and I ask the funny, useless question: what would happen if you replace that monster with 4 bears? Does the story say the same? Is it different? So I guess like for this one, there's like layers to it because there is not just one monster. And as we've already talked about, the demons all kind of do their own different thing, and there's like something distinct about it that way. So I guess one way to look at it is, what if Billy Zane attacked this place with 4 bears? Like, is that more or less the same movie? And I kind of say yes. You know what I mean? If like, instead of being like Satan or like a demon prince or whatever he is, he was just like a bear wrangler who was hunting William Sadler's character. And they wouldn't, like, the people in the halfway house just wouldn't give him up. He'd be like, cool, fine. I'm using my bear whistle. They're going to come after you. That to me feels like it, like plot wise, it'd more or less be the same. So, so in that way, yeah, like honestly, this might be the first time where that would be a better movie. Not that I didn't like Demon Knight, but like Bear Knight, that could be a better movie. You know,
I'd watch it.
I think that we already did that. I think that's what Pioneers did. I think that they definitely had Bear Nights.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Very Oregon Trail type stuff.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, there's people who definitely had bear nights like in our history. I feel like that is more feasible just because like that probably really did happen. Like that's real deal. Yeah,
Sir Billy Zane, the Bear Knight. So yeah, I do like it. I do think that in that sense, it's a pretty straightforward pass. It doesn't really work if instead of Billy Zane, you have 4 bears, though, if that makes sense. Because like they can't psychologically like manipulate you and do all the demon-y stuff that makes the movie we saw interesting. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I will say though, like
if you just gummy bears, we could. What if they were 4 gummy bears? 4 gummy bears would fuck that place up. Like the ones from the Disney cartoon, they would have fucked
Are you
that.
talking about Care Bears?
No, gummy bears. Gummy bears were these like Care Bear ripoffs from Disney, and they would come on ABC mornings, and they would drink this purple stuff. They would drink this purple drink, and every time
Like
they drink,
lean?
it was kind of like lean, right? It was like lean before we knew it was lean. They would drink this stuff, and they would destroy stuff by bouncing their asses on it.
That sounds like lean. That sounds like what you would do on lean.
Yeah.
You ever heard of that show? You haven't heard of that show, Khalid? It's Adventures of the Gummy Bears. It was pretty. It was a cartoon.
Don't do that. Don't make it seem like everybody just knows this weird show.
Everybody knows that.
No, they don't. This is
absolutely.
This is a weird made up show. I don't believe either of you. You're gaslighting me.
Disney? You didn't eat Disney? Are you just telling us you're poor?
It aired alongside Winnie the Pooh, Khalid.
Yep.
We were economically crafty. Thank you very much.
I'm just joking, but I was that kid that had cable and all the channels, because my grandmama paid for it.
I was tangentially aware, Corey in the House and what have you. I knew about those.
You knew about those?
Yeah.
I woke up to the Sweet Life of Zach and Cody pretty regularly.
I saw Wendy Wu, Homecoming Warrior. I'm hip. I'm hip to this game.
Foreign to it. Wendy Wu had a baby with Macaulay Culkin. Crazy.
Ooh, that's a pretty baby. You already know.
I don't know about that. Like it could. You know what?
Can you imagine? No, we've seen both of them as children. That's gonna be a cute kid.
I don't know. You know what? It's 50-50 because a lot of that doesn't mean anything because there's some beautiful people that had kids and you're just like, damn, you didn't get none of that.
Sure, you could. Yeah, if you roll the genetic dice, but I'm saying on a 9 times out of 10 scale of these two attractive Hollywood people, I think it'll be a cute baby.
I think it will. I think it will too. But remember, Macaulay Culkin was a straight up crackhead for how many years? He was a straight up kind of crackhead looking.
He was a pretty one though. That's
the prettiest crackhead you can find.
Exactly. He was the belle of the ball. But yeah, Joe, to answer your question, it's a pass. What do you think? What do you guys think, Forebears wise?
I think I agree with you, Khalid. I think I was really. I just want to say I'm sorry to breeze through your question, Khalid, but I was really sweating over here when you were talking about all the relationships because I just felt so many good segues into saying something like, "Speaking of beautiful people, Khalid, would you fight or would you flirt with the demons?"
We really did tee you up a couple of times there.
Yeah. I was struggling. I was struggling to say. I was like, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. My segues are always, just characteristically perfect every time I do it. So that's just a trademark of this podcast. So
you'll get no pushback from
take
anyone on that bold statement of Joe's.
Absolutely.
But no, yeah. So do you want to finish the segue or?
No, go for it. You can go for it.
Okay. We are now on to the segment Fight or Flirt, which is definitely what it sounds like. Basically, I just ask, would I fight or flirt this monster if I was in this situation? And so here's the thing. Everybody's probably like, oh, it's Billy Zane as a demon. Khalid's obviously just going to flirt. That's just a very charming, good looking demon. It's rarely that attractive of a demon. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I think I'm going to throw people for a loop because I would fight this demon because it seems like as long as you're not as dumb as Roach or as easily tempted as Willie, you got a good shot at beating this dude. Assuming that I'm either with William Sadler when he has the blood gauntlet thing or you personally just have it because sometimes he was just letting other people hold it. You got a good shot. You know what I mean? You can drop a little drip of it just at a doorway and just chill out there. If anybody gets in, you just spray them. I would get a water gun if I know in advance that this is happening. It just feels like of the monsters we've talked about, a much easier creature to defeat in general. So yeah, in this case, I'm a fight the sucker.
All right.
What about you, Joe?
I mean, I think that both. Maybe I can't speak for you, Madeline, but I think I would flirt.
Yeah, I'm going to have.
I think I'd have to flirt.
But you see what he did to Roach. You know what I mean? He's
Roach was an idiot though, and I think that maybe I can contribute more. Roach can't contribute much. I think I'm more of a contributor, and he could see me better as an equal than he would with Roach.
I'll just say that your relationship material to Demon Billy Zane is what you're saying.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Okay. How about you? How about you, Kai?
Considering my past dating record, yeah, I'm gonna definitely. Considering my track record, yeah, I might as well.
You dated worse than Demon Billy Zane?
I mean, well, I'm just saying, like, consider my track record. What would be the difference? What would be the difference?
A wise person once said, "Love is a battlefield." No judgments here.
Yeah, Pat Bennett.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, like, yeah, I would. And like, my brain would tell me, like, hey, this is a demon. My heart would just be like, we could save him.
I can change him.
I can change him.
Yeah. No, he's definitely a work in progress. You got a shot.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I forgot my favorite part was when he finally gives up the like I'm just a cowboy traveler shtick, and he just throws the hat down, and he's like making like all those like yuck, like all those like that was so funny to me, just like the like disdain he had at pretending to be a cowboy, and not even really pretending to be a cowboy. He was more or less just like a charming dude in a cowboy hat, and he still resented that people might mistake him for a cowboy.
It was so mad. It was so great.
I love it.
Yeah. Billy Zane was just having a great time in this movie, wasn't he?
Yeah.
The time of his life.
Turns out piece of bullshit. Like, I was like, that's it. I'm done with this bullshit. And I feel it. I could definitely feel it. That's how I would feel if I had to be a cowboy.
Oh, for sure.
For sure. You know what? There's probably there are great cowboys out there. I just would not want to be a cowboy.
I have a pretty cool cowboy hat. I only wore it like I think I wore it for like a Woody costume in Halloween once.
Poser. Not joking.
Yeah.
Just wearing it. You're like just doing your poser business. Like
I should wear it out more often, here in Minneapolis.
Maybe they'll love that.
Yeah.
I mean,
for sure.
In a post Lil Nas X world, I can finally comfortably step out of the house with my cowboy hat on. So
True.
I've definitely worn cowboy hats and cowboy boots. I lived in Arizona for a while. It was fun. It was a phase.
Yeah.
It was definitely fun. I've never been a cowboy though, and I don't think that I'm not the cowboy fantasy novel type person. I know there's tons of people who are like, yeah, cowboys, and I'm just like, oh yeah. Like I was like, as close as I can get is Brokeback Mountain. That's about it. That's as close as I can get to like watching movies about cowboys.
I can't quit you.
I can't quit.
It's a good one.
I don't feel that right now. I need to, I always tell myself that I'm going to watch all of Brokeback Mountain, and then I get to a point where I'm just like, and I'm like, I can't do this. I gotta go.
I've never seen it, but now I'm worried that I will also get to a part like that. It's
such a good movie. Like, it's such a good movie. Like, they use the kind of like, yeah, those two have like sex shtick, but that is so little, that is so small of a section out of what that movie is really like about. It's such a great movie. Awesome.
I can't remember who it was. It was like Denis Villeneuve or somebody was saying that like they were offered the movie at one point and they turned it down because they didn't think the studio would let them make it as like hot and sexy as he wanted to. He was like, those cowboys would be banging a lot more in my movie. Was like his justification for turning it down.
I mean,
interesting.
Yeah, but that movie might not have gotten the Oscar. I think it had just enough to pass the bar.
Yeah, it might have seemed a little too salacious for the Academy at that time.
Yeah,
at that time for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, because the Academy is still pretty it's still pretty conservative. Even compared to what we're seeing, like
what a body comprised of people largely over 60 is conservative.
True. And it's so funny when they try to make plays to get the youngins on. They're like, this year we're gonna put Black people on the Oscars.
Oh, God.
Like, what I'm saying?
I love the Black years. It's so fun.
The Black years are fun, and then sometimes they have, and once every like 20 years they'll just be like, we're gonna have a movie with natives.
Yeah, it's like a Zodiac, like this year the Oscars is the year of the Black. Next year it'll be another ethnicity.
Yeah, and it just never seems to work. It just never seems like, I don't think anybody's coming back to the Oscars anymore. Like, I still want one, but I feel like people just aren't really gonna they're not gonna watch it the way that they've been watching it. You know, we live in a Marvel world. So a lot of the films that people are watching and running to are not the films that are going to necessarily make it to the Oscars because we live in Marvel land.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is Marvel. Every movie.
I think the Oscar ratings have been really low lately too.
Oh yeah,
that's because nobody watches terrestrial television anymore. Like they make it seem like it's like specific to award shows. Like otherwise, people are all like running home to catch the new This Is Us or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, I just watched Good Girls and that was amazing. It's freaking amazing. It's Christina Hendricks and I can't remember the other actors in it, but it's really good.
Retta and then the girl from Arrested Development.
Is she from Arrested Development?
Yeah, she played Anne.
Oh yeah, damn.
Oh, I forgot that.
Her?
Yeah, her.
I forgot all about that. But that's what I've been. My assistant got me hooked on it like 3 days ago, and I've just been like spazzing out. I've just been like watching every episode.
Oh, it's good. It's very, very pulpy, like cool drama. Yeah.
Cool drama, but comedy at the same time. Like I like the fact that the comedy is very sly.
Yeah.
But we're getting off topic. We can talk. I can
actually, you kind of got it. You kind of like naturally segued into our final segment.
Awesome.
That's kind of impressive, Khalid. Did you notice that?
I did. I mean, it was so seamless. I almost missed it because it's usually not that smooth. But
it's one of my. It's usually one of my classic segues. But we'll go with it for that. So, Madeline, our final segment we do is usually not related to the movie we're talking about. It's called What the Fandom, and we just kind of go around and share something that we're like watching, reading, listening to, or just like really into at the moment that may or may not have anything to do with monsters whatsoever, but just something that we're like, I want to give a shout out to this thing because I'm enjoying it right now. It's making my life feel cool or nice. So I feel like that could be yours, or me and Khalid will share what ours are and give you another chance to come back and share something else if you'd like to.
Surprise me. I can do both.
Okay.
Flow with both.
All right. Khalid, what the fandom with you?
Thanks for asking, Joe. This week's What the Fandom for me is this new series that just dropped on Peacock called Bust Down. It is starring 4 really amazing Black comedic actors that I've been following for years, like in one form or another. It's Chris Redd, who you might know from SNL and Popstar. It's Jack Knight, Sam Jay, and Langston Kerman. And it is an amazing show. Without giving too much of it away, it's the structure of it is essentially it's 4 people that work at a casino in Gary, Indiana. But it is so much more than that in the sense that like they do an amazing job of talking about like very relevant issues such as homelessness, police brutality, they get into sexual harassment and the efficacy of activism, and they do all of this while being like jaw-droppingly hilarious. There's not a weak link among them. They all bring something unique to the table, and it just feels like it's only 6 episodes long, and they've done more in their one very truncated season than most shows do in like 2 or 3 like lengthened seasons. So I emphatically implore you to use your 1 week free trial of Peacock and check out Bust Down. It is so good. That's my What the Fandom. I'm not even going to try and dilute it with an extra like plug. I just want people to watch that.
Awesome.
Damn. That's a fun recommendation.
I'm going to watch it. I'm a fan.
Yeah. I'll check it out.
You sold it to me.
Thank you. Thank you. You're going to love it. I look forward to your thoughts.
Yes. Yes. I will be back on. We will talk more about horror movies and weirdness.
Love it.
For sure.
I think for me right now, I am loving Florence and the Machine's new album. Like she just came out with King, and King is she's a monster in it. Like, you know, she's breaking necks. There's like these spasmodic witches around her. Like it's just a vibe. Florence and the Machine, just after it's been 7 years since her last album, and it's great. Like her voice is just amazing. It's angelic, but still has that like scary, scratchy, magical vibe into it. Like a witch that has lured you into the forest. And she's, she's giving you some time before she actually like snaps your neck and eats you. or she's this the allure. It's it's the songs are like the embodiment of the allure of the goth girl, where she may just kill you. She may just lure you to your death and sacrifice you to an eldritch god. But that's kind of the appeal of it. Like it's very magical. There's whimsy to it, but then there's also this like insane darkness to it at the same time. Yeah. Like King, which I think the album is Dance Fever, which is just a strange name, I think, for what this album is, but it's still a great album. Like I'm spazzing on that, and Good Girls. Good Girls it's just so good. Like it's number like 3 in the world right now on Netflix or something. And it's, it's a group of, one woman's a housewife, one's a cashier, and the other one, she's a waitress with a family and a sick daughter. And they end up robbing banks. And, it gives you the Breaking Bad vibe. Like there's some Breaking Bad vibes going through it right now. Totally. But also like Breaking Bad and Golden Girls like came together and made this wonderful, wonderful series.
I think the Golden Girls would make some quality meth.
Yeah. I think that they would be gangsters. Because they would be gangsters. Because what is it? They're doing counterfeit money in Good Girls is what's really going on. There's robberies, there's counterfeit money, there's dead bodies, there's cheating, there's cancer. There's so many things going on that there's a lot of embodiment of the Breaking Bad. But I feel like, you know what? I feel like Dorothy would definitely cap a motherfucker.
Oh, definitely. She'll catch a case.
She'd catch a case. A case. Like I feel like the Golden Girls mix, like it's just so beautiful. Like the comedy is subtle and it gives you Breaking Bad, but yet Golden Girls. It's such a wonderful, wonderful play on like this backdrop of what are the lives of these people that, don't really stand out much when you're walking down the street. Like nobody's really looking at the housewife for too long, grabbing the milk. Nobody's really worried about the cashier that they just said hi to in the morning. They're not worried about their lives. They're just like, I'm doing my thing. So it's a little bit of seeing these people that you would pass on the street every day and just not knowing.
Just because I'll never get to do this at any other time, I just want to thank you for buying my meth. I can never do that like outside of this conversation. I feel like Joe.
Yeah.
What the fandom with you?
What the fandom with me? Oh my goodness! Excuse me. I was just excitedly looking up the new Florence Machine album. I didn't know that was out yet, so that's really exciting for me. Thank you. I think for my what the fandom this week is tough. We told in the last podcast episode we have a baby and a toddler right now, and we're also house hunting. So the world has been nuts for us. So I haven't had a lot of time to sit down and watch or do a lot of stuff other than for the podcast. But one thing I have made a priority for in my life, and I tend to always do, is Star Trek. Yeah. And the new season of Star Trek Picard just started up. And I first 2 episodes in, I'm really, really into the direction that they're taking it. I have to admit that I think the first season I didn't love it. I was okay. I liked most of it, but I didn't love it. It's probably one of my least favorite Star Trek entries. But season 2 is really up in the game in a lot of cool ways. It's bringing in some characters that we recognize from TNG. It's bringing in some new ideas, and I feel like it's feeling more thematically and just storyline more tight in general and more focused than the first season was. And it's got a better sense of fun too, which is interesting to say because we're just like we just had an episode that's based in like a alternate totalitarian government, but they're able to like make it fun, and I'm enjoying it a lot more. So I've been looking forward to Thursday nights to watch those episodes along with Star Trek Discovery, the new ones that are still coming out. So my fandom has got to be Star Trek Picard, the new Star Trek coming out.
Love it. Yeah. I don't know when I'm going to get time to watch it, but I've been seeing things about it and it just makes me super excited for it.
Yeah, season two is fun so far. It's only 2 episodes into it, so you got some time. And it's week to week.
Yeah, wait for it all to come out, and then you can do your Peacock trial and then your Paramount Plus trial.
Paramount Plus, exactly. Yeah,
free trials.
Get those free trials.
2 free weeks.
I need to do an HBO Max free trial, so I need to.
You just go through them all like 3 weeks in a row and just do the different trials.
Honestly, all you need is a new email and a new credit card for each one, and like,
you can keep rolling. That's true.
You could just roll that for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Or just ask your friend if you can log in on their account.
That might be easier.
Yeah.
Mistress Thickness. It has been such a pleasure having you on this podcast. As I could go for another hour or two just talking about random stuff, but
it was awesome.
So many great tangents.
Letting me be on this wrap it up.
Yeah. So obviously we got to save some of this for the next time you're on. But
let me know. Like, I'm always down to do podcasts because I do a podcast. I was doing a podcast where we did a lot of more controversial subjects.
Oh yeah.
Like I interviewed the head of the Black Panthers in the middle of the Minneapolis riots.
Wow.
I interviewed I think the first trans woman politician. I interviewed the head pot activist, like the person who runs Normal and all of that on the show in Minneapolis. And I used to just do a lot more heavy topics that would just freak people out. So I'm always excited to come on and talk about horror.
Nice.
Always.
Well, we're definitely going to bring you back. But so at this point, where can people find you, follow you so they can keep up on all of your awesome projects and podcasts?
Well, I am Queen Kong, like King Kong, Queen Kong Kai on Instagram. I would also be that on Twitter, but I'm currently banned on Twitter for salacious things that I have said. I am currently banned on Twitter, and I also am banned from Instagram Live, but Instagram has not banned me completely. So Queen
a sub ban, if you will.
Yeah, I just can't go live. They may be worried about, I don't know, me saying some things that could possibly get me kicked off. Well, because my Instagram is monetized. So they don't really want the people who are monetized to be too reactive to people, I guess. I'm a bad girl on the internet. I'm a bad girl on these internet streets, yo. I say what I want. So Queen Kong Kai is usually the easiest way to find me. Or you could look for MadelineKarita Fleming, but most of the time it's Queen Kong Kai, Ki these days. And that's on everything. That's on my mama. That's on Twitter. That's on Instagram, YouTube. That's on Jesus Cuz. You can find me at Queen Kong Kai. Sorry, I'm too much Demon Night. Billy Zane's running all through me.
Joe, where can people find you on Jesus and everything else?
On Jesus and everything else.
On Jesus and etc.
On all of those things. I think that we haven't really shared our socials for before, have we?
It's been a while.
I'm just at Joe Praska and whatever it is, Instagram, Twitter, those are the things. And
your Letterboxd, do you have an active Letterboxd?
I do. I have a very active Letterboxd. It's also Joe Praska. Just my name.
Yeah. And you can find me on Twitter at Roblo Escobar and on Instagram at Nappy Gilmore. Nappy_Gilmore_. But
I love it.
I was say don't forget the underscore.
As soon as I saw
the underscores will get me.
As soon as I saw Nappy Gilmore, I was just like, I found my tribe.
Oh, it's a whole vibe. You ain't the only one with AKAs.
Nappy Gilmore. It used to be Mama Fat Sacks a while ago.
I like that.
Notorious MAD. I try to do the AKAs. I used to do my real name back in the MySpace days, but then I got too many stalkers. So now we're at, Carmen Sandiego. I'm about to be the ghetto Carmen Sandiego. That's my next one.
Trench coat, floppy hat, the whole thing.
Yeah.
All right. So next week not next week. I did that again.
2 weeks.
It's been a while. Yeah. In a couple weeks, our next episode is going to be about the Peacock show. Funny enough, The Girl in the Woods. And we have a cool guest for that, one of the writers of that show. So if you want to get ahead of it, please just give it a watch. It's breezy episodes. And we're looking forward to that discussion. And in the meantime, if you can, just give us a nice review and some 5 stars if you can on whatever podcast host you have. And on that note, creep it easy.